Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging? Pretty good here. Rain, rain, rain. Holy crap. Show you how much rain here. Some of it's probably evaporated a little bit. It's supposed to rain again today. Holy crap. But anyways, this bucket was down. And there's a little bit of a puddle in there. That goes down, you know, quite a piece down, right? And there's a couple, 3 inches or whatever in there maybe. But some of it's probably evaporated, but holy jeez. It wasn't like a lot of rain, it just steady rain. So this thing was still outside here, and that's raining again too now, you can see. Holy crap. Again today. Oh. But anyways, today we want to bring the little guy in here and start working on the hydraulic oil change. I've got some filters here. I ordered these the other day, but they ended up, it was a later day, and by the time I got up there, sometimes they'll leave them out on the outside for me, and I pick them up out there, but he picked the wrong filters for me. Apparently there's a different filter or something for these ones if it has a cab on it. I don't know why that changes anything, but it did. So so we got some tight quarters in here right now, right today. Got the machine still off the trailer right now. I got a sad funeral to do on, I think it's Thursday. So I'm actually going to have to use this and the little green trailer loaded on there with the ramps again, and then use that. I have to do another infant funeral. Oh, man. My father-in-law, when he was here for like the 22, 23 odd years he was here before me, I think he did like 3 infant funerals the whole time. I think I'm up around 10 or 12 now. Like, holy crap. I've been here since 2003. It's like, what the crap? Don't like doing them. But anyways, let's get this guy, they say to warm the oil up a bit, so we'll just maybe let him run a little bit here, and then get the hydraulic oil circulating a bit and warmed up a little bit. 439.5 hours, so I know it sort of needs done. I'm gonna have to bring this right in and let it run here, I guess. Well, I guess I could. Yeah, I don't want it dripping all over me, so we'll just do that. Let that run in here a minute. Yeah, I know it needs done because the odd time when you're steering, of course it's going to work fine now, you get like hard spots or something, and that's usually a sign that the filter is getting a bit bunged up back in here. That cleanable filter, or it could be the other filter too, it's hard to say, but I had one tractor, I think it was the 4110. It was, what was it doing? It was really hard to steer, and didn't seem like it had a lot of pulling power. That's what it was. So it ended up being the filters were bunged up, changed the fluid, and it was fine. So I guess I'll have to take off. This hitch on the back so I can get in there. So let's do that, I guess, now. Put this thing right up so I don't smash my head off it. Now this thing run a little longer here, and then we have to get some tools and some oil pans and some tools, I guess. So give me a few, let it run, and then hopefully she's good to go. Alright, that's had a good run. Should be nice and warm by now. Although it does take a little while to get stuff warmed up on this thing, you know. After probably an hour of mowing, should be definitely good and warm. But anyways, I think we'll be alright. So we need to drain a couple of things here. There's actually one drain plug, the filter, the two final drives, and the suction screening replaceable cleanable filter on the back there. So we got a lot of little points and pieces and stuff to drain, and there's one other spot here too I wouldn't mind looking at. There's, I think it's an inspection plate under here, under this drive shaft. The big drive shaft runs to the front here, and there's this inspection plate, and I just kind of looked through the hole in here, and it kind of looked like, I don't know if there's a grease fitting in that thing or something or what, but we might pull that guy off too. So I got to take off this bolt. Each of the final drives, there's a nut there, and a bolt and a bolt. Those have to come off because it kind of will flow down into there too, right? So that as well needs to get drained. So let's get you guys positioned, and we'll start draining the main one here first, and then the filter maybe, depending how full my pan gets here. So let's get you lined up here. Alright, I don't know how far this thing's going to shoot out of here, but we might have to find somewhere else for our light to go. That might work there. I don't know if it's going to shoot out or what, but let's get this nut or bolt, sorry, out of here first. So this is the spline drive here that I run the snowblower off, the sweeper off. The mower has a short shaft that runs up there, so it gets quite a bit of use. Quite a bit of use. Hopefully I got enough capacity. Ooh. I knew that was going to do that. Oh crap, and I just lost the... Okay. Bleeding. Blood transfusion. I didn't bring a towel with me. Darn it. Darn it. Ugh. But anyways, that's draining. She's draining. It doesn't look too bad. But they say you should be changing your fluids. Come on, I hope this pan's got enough space in it. It's funny because John Deere, this is still a factory fluid from new. John Deere uses this reddish kind of tinge stuff, and the new stuff is like clear. So, and it's John Deere fluid that I'm using too, so I guess that'll work, but boy, that's still flowing. Hopefully I got enough space here. She's filling up pretty darn quick though. Oh man, that's gonna be a lot of fluid I gotta put back into her. They must have a nice hose system that is done. Measures it out for you and everything. Holy jeez, I might have to cap this feller off of here. Get my other pan going. I've got another pan here too. I think I might do that actually. Let's put that back in for a minute. Get our other pan going here. I think that's a good idea. Okay. Alright, we'll let that one drain a little bit. I gotta go grab a towel. And I don't think I'm going to be able to turn this thing off by hand here. No. So I do have a wrench for it. Okay, let's see if we can undo this filter here now. I'm just going to move that little bolt. Now, I think this one might be too small. Oh, no, that'll work. Maybe if I can get onto it. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh yeah, that might be a cool little filter to open up after too. See what's going on in there. Feels like it's kind of empty, mostly. Okay, that can sit there and drain out for a little bit. And we got to do these final drives. I kind of wish the tires were off, but that's okay. We can get in there. I believe. I hope. Hopefully. It's a bit tight, but we'll let this drain out for a little bit here first, though. And then we'll get working on these final drives because there'll be a little bit of fluid in them too. And it'll all refill itself once she gets running again here. So we'll let her drain a minute and work our way back. Well, I'm going to have to wait till this drains now. I guess, I don't know how much fluid's in them. It wouldn't be that much. It might be more than I think though, so I better wait until this is mostly done here. Or I could maybe slide my other pan under for, let this one finish off here. Because this one does have more room in it now. It's not got nearly as much in it yet, so we'll do that. Alright, I guess we'll have to do one at a time here for the final drives anyways, and let her drain and drip and stuff and stuff and stuff. So I got this one loose, but it's really close to the tire here, so I had to change my pans again here. So there's a fair bit of oil in them, and that's basically lubricating the gears and mechanism and stuff in there for that. So we'll let that drain out for a little while too. This one's still dripping. I'll go over here and see if I can get the other one loose. Oh, I gotta get up again. Up and down, up and down. I don't know if you guys can see this or not here. It's just not a very good location. Oh, goodness. Couldn't be that tight. I don't want to smash my fingers on this thing here, though. There we go. Okay, we'll just leave that finger tight for now. That's the first time they've ever been out. And we'll just let that dribble a little bit, and then we'll move to this other side. Should be pretty good. Alright, I got the other final drive bolt back in and tightened. We need to get in and drain this one now. Drain, drain, drain. Everybody likes to drain. Okay, well, let that one drain now. And this pan's getting really full. But that's okay. I think we'll be alright. The front one's still dripping though. Holy jeez. But we'll let that drain while we're working on the screen back here too. And yeah, get in another towel now. Towels. Alright, this has a drain plug here too, but that's, I guess, I don't know why they actually have a drain plug there, because you can't get the filter out. So I got my wicked long extension on here. Now it'd be very bad thing if these bolts fell in here. into the slot below. So we're just going to maybe get the top one out first. I think there's a bit of a spring in this thing as well. And of course it drips all on the tractor frame. Great planning there, boys. Great planning. Well, I guess she'll be lubed up anyways. So that comes off. Ooh, I see a lot of sharp, metally things coming out here. This might be interesting here. There's a magnet in here. And there's a bit of a gasket, O-ring gasket in there. It wasn't leaking, so I guess we'll say it's good. Alright, so yes, I see a lot of metal flakes, gear parts coming out. That's expected, but I don't like seeing that. But anyways, let's pull her out here now. Okay, we'll take this in. Look at the shrapnel. Ooh, I don't like that, but I gotta clean all this off of here too, so I'll let that sit there for a moment. Let's actually examine this now here. Let's see what she's looking like. Ooh. Ooh. We'll just leave that there for now. I'll have to get those magnets out. Clean that up after. There's a lot of metally flaky stuff. It's not horribly bad. But down in here there's a lot of, it almost feels like a rubber gasket something or something. There's a couple of, that looks like a, oh, I don't know what that was, but we'll let that sit and drain out for a minute or 10. And we'll don't stay. We'll put this final drive back in here. Alright, that final drive is in. I'm just letting this part drain out. It's going to need a bit of draining, so we need to get our magnets out. And for that we need a pair of gripper guys here. There should be a set of 2 magnets. Ooh, look at all that gummy stuff. Should be a strip of 2 and a strip of 2. And then that needs to get a bath and probably some brake cleaner and then some air. There's a lot of metal shavings there, which is to be expected because parts need time to wear in and stuff, right? So let me get that cleaned out and then we'll have to clean the sludge off of these guys. Okay, so I just gave her a quick little brake clean shot. We're just gonna clean off this stuff. Hopefully it comes off alright. Just kind of locked into the screen on this stuff. So we'll need multiple cleanings, I'm believing here. Very, very fine mesh. Feeling too bad there now, but I'm going to let my brake cleaner stuff go. Just give her another shot of brake cleaner here. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up maybe of this after here. Dirt in there still too. Sediment dirt. You want to blow from the inside out. crap off. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good there now. It was all sharp and metally, flaky before, but I think that's better now. Might even get one more treatment before we put her back, but I'll let her sit there for a minute. That's not going to work for, well, that'll work for cleaning the magnets off. Okay. So. Okay, so these are pretty grimy. That's all the real fine stuff. The screen filter here cleans out the big chunks, we'll say, and the magnets here clean off like the sludgy stuff that's breaking off. So they do all come apart. Takes a minute because it's still adhered to the magnet, right? So once we get them clean, we'll be looking pretty good. Check those a little bit closer after, but that gets the worst of them off. It's like creamy magnetic metal stuff. But that saves that stuff from recirculating around, right? Which is good. Well, that's not good, but it's good that it, you know what I mean, keeps it from circulating that crap around. What a weird day out there again today. It's like eerie almost. There's no sun out, it's cloudy. There's like this weird wind. It's just weird. Okay, so we'll use this for our final clean. You're probably not going to get all of it off, but we'll get like 90% of it off here. 98% we're going for. 98%. Okay, I'm liking that. Those are looking a little bit cleaner. So they just fit together whichever way they want to join. And our filter is looking pretty good, so one side just kind of sits kind of there. I'll get more dirt in there though. Am I getting more dirt in there? It's probably the finger. Okay, and then the other one just kind of fits like that. And that's it. She's done. So we'll let that drain out a little more though, because it's still dripping back there. Okay, in my jug here, when I refill, I'm gonna have to do. I'm not gonna fill it right out because it's too hard to pour out then, but and it's really heavy. I got a little bit of concern here too. Where I see it's starting to crack here, so I don't really like that too much. But hopefully it's enough to be all right. I might have to get a new one of these. So I got to do this 4 times. So each one's 4 liters. And another 1.5 liters roughly. I think it's 17.5 liters. So 17.5 liters here. I got to put back into it. That's transmission and hydraulic system. Hopefully that fills her up. That's a lot of friggin' oil. So yeah. Anyways, we're still waiting for this thing to drain a bit here. All right, we're gonna pour the first drink here. The 4 liter mark, and this is a new pail of stuff. Should be good. And you'll see this is like a goldeny color stuff. It's not red like the other stuff, which I thought was kind of odd. Okay, so there's 4 liters. Liters? What's a liter, eh? 1,000 milliliters. So if you want to transfer something over here, 4 liters is just a little bit over 1 US gallon, but it's just under 1 imperial gallon, about an inch. So there's our first jug, and I'm going to write down how many I've done so I don't put too much in. But we're still waiting for this thing to drain a bit. Alright, I got a little bit of a towel in here, just kind of sopping up any remaining stuff. I think that's good. I have to have a look in there, make sure I didn't lose any towel bits, or if there's anything else that needs to get cleaned out of there. It's a very rough casting in there, but I guess that all looks pretty good. I think we should be alright. It's just have a feel. It's really sharp too. You gotta watch you don't lose bits and pieces, but I think that's looking pretty good. Alright, so we can put this thing back together now. The O-ring seal looks okay here. I have replaced one once before. That's all that holds all that oil back. It probably should have a new one each time, because I see it is getting a little bit flat on there, but I don't know. I don't think I have one that would work there or not. It's a certain size, right? I can check my box, but let me just have a look. Alright, I got a whole pile of O-rings here, but I don't think I'm going to have one. Well, that kit's definitely out. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to have one. Ooh, but you never know. You got to get this fished out of here. And try not to damage it, because we don't have another one, maybe perhaps. So we'll gently fish this guy out. It's a pretty darn skinny O-ring. But I guess an O-ring's a little more easily replaceable than yeah, that's way too thick, that one. A little more easily replaceable than a like a rubber gasket thing. I don't think I'm going to have one here. These are all thicker ones. This is probably some weird metric something or another. Who knows? I don't know. So that's not any good there. We got one more chance here. And I might be... yeah, these are way too big, these ones. They just came in this kit, so... I think I might be SOL. I don't think I'm going to have one. It's a totally different size. So. Okay, we're not good. So, we'll just examine this one. It doesn't look too bad yet, really. And I guess we'll just reuse. Smush her back in. There's just little point thingies here that hold it. And I can feel a ridge on it. Yeah. Hopefully it'll still hold some fluid. Guess it doesn't need much, so once it's tightened down, she should be good. Alright. So that guy just fits in there. I don't believe it matters which way it goes. It just is a bit tricky to get this thing in the right spot back in here. If I remember right, it's got to get kind of mushed. There. Okay, if that'll stay there. And this one will go in here. We can get it held there with our 13th hand. Get a bolt started. Now, if I was smart, I would have probably put some of my blue special sealant stuff on that too, but didn't really have that before, and I'm hoping that this O-ring is going to be alright. If it's not, well, it'll end up leaking. Putting 29 foot-pounds there, that's it. Not very much. Okay, so that's on. This final drive is on and tight. This, oh geez. This final drive is gone. I can't reach it. It's on and tight. I think we're good. It's still dripping on the front there though, I see. Holy jumping. Well, maybe I'll go grab a bite to eat. And we'll let that drip a little more. Okay, so we got the new filter here. It says in the manual to fill it 1/3 to half with new fluid. So I'm gonna do that, I guess. I'm just going to how am I gonna do this? They even pre-oil that for you. That's nice. I guess I'll just use a little bit of this and I'll just top this up again. I really don't understand this though, because I guess it soaks the media in there. So, okay. Yeah, it's actually kind of gone in and soaked in a little bit. Sort of see it's going down, I guess, sucking into the paper in there, whatever's in there. Yeah, I guess that, yeah, there's like a paper stuff in there. It's actually already soaked all that up now already. Huh. Well, there you go. So it doesn't say to do what I just did and, you know, get it all swirled around, but that helps prevent, I guess, it from getting airlocks. Is heavier now too. So we'll go install this guy, and then we will install the plug back in, and we start filling. Everything else is tight. Alright, filter first. And it was already pre-lubed, so we're just going to drive on, I guess. That should be lots. Actually, I'll just go. Yeah, that's good. And still dripping here. Can you believe that? Close enough. Is that the same size? No, of course it's not. I've got to check that though. I don't know whether I'm going to get to that today though. Check that drive shaft up in there. Okay. Give this a little cleaning and stuff. And that'll do it. Alright, now we got a pile of filling to do here. The filling part's not the fun part, that's for sure. It's all they give me to fill again here is a little wee tiny hole. And it actually goes smaller inside there too, so it's not much fun. Little funnel. Takes quite a while to get her in there, so I probably won't film filling this up here again. But once she's going, we'll check the level here and see how things are looking. Okay, the first one's in. We'll maybe film doing the last one here or something. Pardon me. So, there's number 2 going. Number 2. Scratch number 2 off the list. Okay, we're sort of almost halfway there when this one's in. And we're out again. Number 3's coming in now. This barrel's, or 5-gallon pail's almost empty. Okay. Scratch 3 off the list, and we'll go dump this one. I'll take you for the last one here. Okay, let's see if we can get another. I don't think there's 4 liters in this. Let's dump her in and see. Awful darn close. Let her drip a bit. She might be alright. Look at that. Sweet. And I gotta actually do another 1.5 liters after. It smells so good. I gotta do 1.5 liters after, but I got a smaller jug here to draw out of. Instead of opening up a brand new pail there, because that's for the big tractor. So let's go take you here. We'll dump this one in. It's hard to believe that this thing holds this much fluid. The big 110's a lot more than this, though. Can't remember now, top of my head, how much it was, but it's quite a bit more. I think it's like a whole pail and just about a half. About 8 gallons or so, I think. Something like that. So I still got to do 1.5 liters after this. I guess this is slowly percolating down into those final drives. I don't think I actually have to drive it. It should gravity find itself there, I would think. But as of the 3rd jug, I hadn't seen anything on the little sight glass back there, so I don't know. Let's check it after here. It's hard to believe, that, when I was running the green trailer with the hydraulic off this, that it filled that hydraulic and didn't run out of fluid, because they do actually, that thing does hold a lot of oil in that hydraulic cylinder on that trailer. Okay, we're pretty much drained there. I'll go get the other 1.5 liters and we'll just check this back here to see if we see. Yeah, I think that sight glass is full now. Huh, maybe I better run it. It was empty there before, but now it's filled up. So maybe I better run it and get things circulating around here. And let it sit a few minutes and we'll check the level, because maybe I don't need that extra 1.5 liters. Who knows, right? Hold that, Boris. No, you better not hold that, it'll fall off. Let's put it down there. Okay, we'll just put this guy back on. And I want to watch the whatchamacallit back here. See if that level drops. It's hard to see when it's this color. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see that sight glass there. We'll let it run a minute though. It's only 1.5 liters short right now. That should be enough. It shouldn't hurt anything. Let her build up some pressure and stuff again. I don't know, that might be enough fluid for it. It says 17.5 liters. I put in 4 jugs. That's 16. So it should technically need a little more yet. I'll let her circulate around and then we'll check our level buried down in here again. The dipstick down there. Alright, I guess we better activate our cylinder on the rear too here. Well, that'll take her down a little bit. I can't tell now. That's probably why they had the red dye in that stuff. Alright, well, we'll just let her sit. I think we got enough in it. I think we might have enough. Or maybe it's too much. I don't know. It says 17.5. Now, mind you, that was listed under a change. When this thing was brand new, it would take a little more because it's got some lines to fill and to pump, and you know, these lines for the loader and stuff, and there's probably that 17.5 if everything was drained. So at 16 we might actually be not too bad. Can't tell. So we'll let them sit 20 minutes or something, and I'm just draining out the rest of this bucket here because I'm going to need this bucket to put the old oil into and take it to the hazardous waste whenever the next one comes up here. They'll get rid of it, or I could take it over to the, there's a muffler shop over across the road here that takes the old stuff, so we could do that as well. So, but yeah, we'll let that drain, and we'll check the level out there in a few minutes. See how she's looking. Well, I guess while we wait to get this level to level out here, we'll have a look at this cover. See if it's going to come off. Not that one. I've got this bloody light on here. It's so bright I can't see anything. That's just, there's no fluid behind this cover, I don't believe. Yeah, I can just feel the inside of it in there, so it's just a cover to cover the drive shaft, I guess, in here. I just want to see if there's something I gotta grease in it or what. Oh, geez. Sorry. Oh. There's a really big hydraulic line right there that will hold probably a liter of fluid on its own. So the trouble with doing a hydraulic, well, anything like that, you know, oil change wise, is you're not going to get her all out. Now, surprisingly, this is actually kind of, this cover's a little grimy. So hopefully there's not a seal leaking in here. But I wonder if there's a grease fitting in here or something. Why are these being tight? I wonder what John Deere would do, or any big Kubota or anything like that. You know, they're assembling these tractors and they say they put a couple of bolts in or whatever and they strip as they're going in. They just wonder if they'd actually send that tractor out or scrap that tractor. Hard to say. Okay, what is in here? I don't really know if I can get you guys a look here, maybe? What's in there? Drive shaft, and it goes into through a seal, it looks like, and into the rear end here. Now, I'm gonna have to get under here myself, I guess, and see what I can see. Kind of a, don't think there's a, ooh, I don't really like that too much. A lot of play on that. Comes back to this little wee spindly little tiny thing, and that's my front wheel drive. I don't see, I can't spin this. I'd have to probably try to get
Yeah, I'm not seeing any grease fitting on that. Where's it getting the greasy-ish kind of filmy crap from? I don't know. It's not really kind of greasy. Well, I don't know. It might be just grease from factory. So I'm 90% sure that there's no grease fitting on this thing. I can see right through there, and I don't see one. So, alright. There's a bunch of garbage in here. Oh, stuff that blows up and around. Leaves. Alright, well, I guess there's not much I can do really with that, so we'll just scrape a bit of this off the cover anyways. And we'll put her back together. It's just a little inspection plate, I guess, for getting inside there just to look at stuff, but I don't really like how that's quite floppy, but it's weird how it came to that little wee shaft that goes into this big shaft. And that seemed to be where it was flopping. So, oh well, it's alright. I think we'll be okay. So, we'll tighten her back up and drive on. No grease fitting, no. That's interesting, but I guess you wouldn't want to take this cover off every time to grease that, so I don't know. I guess it's just wears out and you put a new shaft in it. Oh, the shaft is probably $700, $800. I can only imagine. She wouldn't be $150 though, that's for sure. Well, probably that's what it started off at. But anyways, that's alright. Okay. Guess that's good. It'd be nice if I could get under here and wash this tractor a little bit, but it's kind of hard when you have no water turned on. See, it's starting to get a little rusty in the lines though. So that's not so good. Alright, well, that's all we can do, I guess. Let's, I'll let this thing, what do we call that, climatize a little more, and then we'll check the level here. Okay, let's give this a check. I don't know why, but for some reason I think it's got too much in it. I didn't even put as much as I said, but we'll have to see what the stick here tells us, if I can get this stick out. Oh, it's in a horrible spot to get out. Okay, I'm just going to wipe her clean. Wipe her clean. Man, I can't even see down there now. It's so dark. Ooh, I think I got way too much in here. Now, I wonder if that's like a complete dry system change, but I did everything in the manual that it said. So, I don't know. That push back in. Ow. Jeez, I just can't get down there. Okay, let's pull her out. Well, that's way more than we need in there. That's like way up. What the heck? Really? Now maybe that's something to do with... I don't know, it doesn't say where to measure it though. It just says here, check cold. But to me that seems like way too much. Now do I take some out? Do I take some out, or do I let that run? And I think there's something on the top of this wheel where we'll end up bubbling the extra out. Or do I just do I just drain some out and then check in a couple of days? Or do I drive it like that? Like, I can see the level on the top of where this thing goes in. I don't think that's good. It should be down, well, a little more. And I'm pretty sure you got to push this thing back in and then pull the stick out again. Although maybe they want you to check it without pushing the stick in. Oh, I just can't get the stupid thing out. That is a horrible spot for putting the stick in there. Holy jumping. Yeah, that's like way up here somewhere. So that's, I think that's too high. That's probably about a liter too much in there. Now, there's a way you can get that out fairly quickly. And it's not usually a clean way. But it might be a better way. Let me just get this stick back in here where I can get it maybe a little more accessible. Oh, what a silly design that is. Okay, John Deere, you need to fix that. Okay, so I think that's a bit too high. So there is a way that we can drain some of this out of here. I'll show you. Okay, so what we got to do here is hook on a hose onto our hydraulic fitting there. And I don't think I need one on the other side. At least I don't think so. And this will actually flush out the lines a bit too if you did each one. I'm not going to do each one. But okay, so that should technically work. And I pull my stick back here. That should pump a bit of fluid out of here. To wait a few more minutes till everything settles again, and then we'll check our levels again here. I'd really like to get into there if I could by chance. I'll work at that maybe here while I'm waiting for this to level off again. Okay, so it's a little tricky. This black container though has a little bit of a pouring spout there, but trying to get her into the bucket, I'm like, yeah, no. So I'm going to use that, and then this funnel, just have to kind of watch the level. It should all fit in here. And this funnel's got a nice big opening, so it won't take long to, you want to actually build up in the funnel, it'll go right in. So we'll have to drain this and then dump a little bit of the other bucket into this bucket again, and probably going to spill a little bit. But we got some floor dry stuff, so man, now I got it all over my hands. This is weird oil, this stuff. It evaporates or something. Like if you spill it, within a couple of days it's like gone. It's really weird. It's like dries right up on its own. Which is maybe a good thing, I don't know. So we'll get rid of all this, take it to the hazardous waste day. We have those like twice a year. You can take like old paint and, you know, oil, antifreeze, stuff like that. Now if I was good at pouring, I could just use this and pour it in, but I don't think I better do that. I'd end up wrecking something and getting it all over me. Quite a rainbowy color of stuff in this though, so it probably was due. Should hopefully all fit. Nice if I could just run this through a filter or something and clean it that way, but I imagine it loses some of its viscosity stuff or whatever you call that in this stuff. You know, it's still pretty oily. Ooh, I'm almost full here. Might all fit here, but that'll probably be it. So we'll have to leave these buckets standing up in this to get it all drained out. Overnight kind of thing. I'll just maybe slide it up to the wall here, and it can just kind of sit there and do its thing overnight, hopefully. And geez, I didn't do too bad really. Spilt a few drops, but we'll clean that up. All right, let's check this level now. We pumped a little bit out. Check the I can't tell with that thing back there where it's sitting. Okay. Oh man, it's a tight spot. I'm just going to wipe her right clean first. The light down there so I can see where the heck I'm going. I don't see her the level there now, so that's a good thing, I guess. They just need to cut this open a little more here on this plastic. I'll show you how tight this is in a second here. It really sucks. And they need to let her have a longer stick. But I got to basically stick my hand down there. I got, you know, pretty ape hands and I just don't fit too well, you know. So if you can see the top of the curl of the stick down there, that's it, way down there. So there's not much room. But, you know, if they would open up that spot here a little better, it might be a little better, because then it gets jammed in there too and you can't get it out. Really? Holy shnikes. Okay, we are... You know what? I just can't see that. I'm gonna wipe it again. What a silly design. Oh. Okay, so we are down a little bit now, of course. So you can see we're at that start of the second. It's going to focus there. Well, anyways, we're at the start of this second X here, so I pumped a little bit too much out. But that's within the ballpark anyways, so I can, I guess, just put a little bit of that back in maybe. Okay, I know it doesn't seem like much, but I'm going to put 250 mils back in. That's more than I drained out, so I think this should get her leveled off pretty good. Just barely anything, but you want to be fairly accurate with it, right? Now the good thing is I'm not going to be probably, you know, because you lose a bit of oil when you unhook and hook up trailer. My green trailer there, I lost a lot of oil, you know, every so often some popped out with the fittings, right? So now I'm not sort of doing that, so we should be okay. Okay, so let's put you back up here again. Probably should let that settle out a little more, but that oil's pretty light, so I think it should be alright to go ahead and retest. It'll be fairly close anyways. So that was probably 15.5 liters. And they wanted me to put 17 in? That would have been spilling out over the top of this thing. Like, that must have been for complete drain, lines, pump, everything refill. Like a right from new fill. That's what I think. Oh, okay.
might have to let that settle a little more. I'm still showing like it needs another maybe 100 mil. See, now we're getting down to where it's sort of getting really picky, right? Like, yeah, it should have the correct amount of it, but I think that's definitely a publication or a little bit of misinformation in their book there, because that would have been way too overfull. It would have been, I would have probably checked this thing and I would have out that spout, you know. So let's check her. We're actually pretty good there. I'm gonna leave it overnight maybe. I'm gonna run it again here just for a few minutes, and then I'll leave it overnight and I'll check it in the morning. See how I like that level, and then we'll go from there. And we should be good. So we'll put the cap, this guy back in, the filler spot. I know you can't really see that, but, and we'll fire it up here for a few more minutes and then just let her sit overnight. And we'll shut this guy off. Take you guys off of here because it'll bounce. And let it run a minute or so here, cycle it around again. Normally you would see the levels down a bit now. I think that's better. It was right covered before. You're supposed to be able to see a bubble in that glass, so I think that's better. Now, I wonder what happens if I put the 3-point hitch up. Does that bubble go away? Because that will technically take some extra oil. Not much, but yeah, so that's gone down again now. Okay. I think I'm bang right on now. So if we put this down again, technically that should push oil back into the system. Yeah, so now it's coming back up. Sweet! Sweet! I like that. I think I'll check her tomorrow and see how we're looking. This I stole off my little green trailer. Just got to go screw that back together. Should be all good. So I was working on something the other day when I'm running the little Kubota trailer. These things were too close to the ground. This was like about here. I was working on a thing where you'd have to have the mower deck off, of course, but something that would hook on even under here. I would kind of pull this sort of back up to under the tractor. I come up with, and I haven't gone much further with it, but this little S-hook thing. Well, that didn't work. But I was, whoa, geez. But I was working, oh boy, working on this to hook under here, and then go up and then hook underneath the tractor on the little brackety thing. I never got it finished, but I just kind of was bending it up in the vise. I thought, oh, that might work. But I got all this off today just to get the pans and stuff underneath there, and I thought, you know what, I could make this kind of easier. I got these pins out right now, but these ones here, they seem to get beat up a lot. And I put in some of these hitch pins, whatever they call these things. Put in some of those guys there to just kind of hold her together a little better. Hopefully that'll be alright, not get in the way of anything, but I don't know. We'll have to try it and see. Just the cotter pins just don't last. They, you know, with all the constant moving and stuff with the mower as it's going by, it just kind of pushes these things right off. I pretty much replace them once or twice a season, these things, so these are quite a bit beefier, so hopefully they'll last longer. I should probably do all these too. I got some smaller ones, but I was thinking, you know, if this doesn't work, when I cut this off, actually I would cut it off about here, make an S out of it. If that's the right length, I don't know yet. Cut it off about there and start another one for maybe the other side. I probably only need one to hold this bracket up, But I was thinking, you know, it's not really too much trouble, really, to take the mower off, and then just, I could pull these pins out of the back. These go to those big brackets that lift on the 3-point hitch arms. Pull these pins out, drop those 2 top pins, pull that right out, and it's gone. And then I don't have to worry about it at all. So that sort of was the game plan, but I didn't get finishing up the other day with her. So, but nuisance, this thing. I also have to readjust something here too. Remember, it was sitting weird, but I did measure the length of the thread from here to the start on both sides, and they were both the same. So I don't know where and why or how it's gone weird, but somewhere it has gone weird. So I've got 2 3/8 and 2 3/8. It's bang on. They're bang on exactly the same. Now I haven't gone down to actually counting each thread along there, but I think they're pretty much the same. So I don't know where and or why it's done that. Why it was really low on one side. But I'll figure it out. I have to wait till I get the deck on. But yeah, so basically these things, they turn and they adjust how tight the other bracket and stuff is, and the lift and all that stuff. So yeah, that's one of those things. But anyways, I guess we can throw this thing back on now. Oh, I think we might have got her figured out. It's a little short, but I mean, I don't know if I can rebend this cold again. I'd probably have to warm this up, try to lengthen this out, and then be a little bit higher up and then down. It was just experimental, right? So the one that had a little bit too much curl on this end, so I chopped about I don't know, 3/4 inch off, and it seems to work. But I don't know, bouncing and stuff, it might fall off. I don't know. But let's go size that up. Okay, so this gets. I guess I'll have to do this every time. Where did I go with that? Was it here? Was it there? And this comes up and it just kind of locks underneath. I think that'll hold it up. It's a little low on that side, but it definitely should give me a clearance for that trailer now. We got, probably 7 or 8 inches underneath. I think that should be lots. And this thing should be able to still go up and down with a 3-point hitch, because of the so we'll simulate this, but this should still go back up and down, because basically I've pulled these things right up to where it should be up anyways. So yeah, see, I'm not pulling on these brackets here. That's the bracket for the lift there, right? So they're technically being held up, so that should lift right up where I want it to without an issue. Just have to take the mower dock off. That'll work good. I think that'll work really good. I found another little issue here that John Deere needs to, well, I don't know if they could do much, but this links that go down to the actual arms, look and see how much plays in that already there. I mean, I know, nitpicking, but I mean, really, this thing's 4 years old. It's hardly, well, I guess I've used the 3-point hitch a bit, but it's actually in this U piece. Quite a bit of play. Well, that's quite a bit of play here. John Deere just needs to get doing more research on their steel, I'm telling you. Some of the steel they use, it seems like it's just because it's easier to work with, rather than, you know, being stronger, heavier dutier stuff, as in, you know, all the front wear parts on the lift for everything just wears right out. These plates here wore out real bad because the metal's not real good strong stuff. How much that's mushroomed itself over there. That's horrible. And then they charge you about $60 a plate for these things.
And then this wears out too, where the big pin goes through. The pin's hard, but this stuff's garbage. Like, it's just really soft. But anyways, that's my new coat hanger. Just thought I'd show you that. Don't know where I'm going to hang it up in here, but somewhere. Hang on my coat. Anyways, better call her a day. It's getting past my bedtime. No, I'm just kidding. It's getting late though. Surprisingly, I kind of just got working here and lost track of time. So better get rocking. So anyways, I've got a couple of packages here to show you guys, but I'm just not gonna have time today. One thing I ordered, one come in the mail from Hamilton, so we'll have to do that maybe tomorrow. I'll start off tomorrow's video doing that, and we'll check the fluid on this, and tomorrow we might even get the mower deck going, maybe. I don't know yet. It is just so wet out there. There's no way I'm going to be mowing grass quite yet. So I do want to get these loaded tires off of here too and put my other ones on. I think for right now I don't know if I want to switch them to the regular summer tires or not. I'm a little leery with that trailer. It's a lot heavier trailer. It might need a little more weight. Now, I know some of you are saying, oh, get that bracket for the front for the suitcase weights. Well, yeah, I could, but that'd be bloody expensive for this thing, I think. So, imagine there's something that just clips on to here, and then these things you just clip on. You can put, I think, 10 or 12 of them across there, and that adds weight to the front again. But the thing is, when I'm mowing, I really don't want the weight, but I guess you could peel them off again, which you know, would be good. They're just basically like they look like a suitcase with a little handle on top. They're really skinny, but they're, you know, big, heavy. I think they're 30 or 40 pounds a piece or something like that. So I mean, I guess I could get the guys to price it out for me, but I bet you my socks will fall off when I find out. But that would let me be able to get rid of these, and then when I'm pulling the big trailer, I could put those on. Probably leave the mower deck on too, and that'll give me a bit more weight too, because that thing weighs like 400 pounds. That mower deck is pretty heavy. So yeah, I'm just worried about this thing kind of doing the, you know, when I'm pulling the trailer or something. So it just helps having this tires loaded and gives you a lot more down pressure weight. So I didn't put that back on today, but that's not a big deal. It doesn't take too long. But I guess that's it. So anyways, we'll head her out. Thanks again for watching. We'll check that fluid in the morning. I see the sight glasses filled again here, so it's not gonna make a difference if that's empty. So it might be still a little bit too much in it. Maybe I should have left that little bit out. But anyways, we'll check her in the morning, see how she's looking. So I'm gonna head her out. Thanks again for watching. Have yourselves a good night, and we'll catch you hopefully tomorrow. I got an armful, fistful of stuff coming up for funerals, and he's just been, the funeral home's just been pouring the stuff to me, you know. So I got a lot of stuff coming up, and my schedule is getting pretty darn filled. So I got to somehow find time in there to weed whack and, you know, not yet, but mow grass and stuff and do all these cremation funerals and stuff. So I don't even remember when I got what, but I got so much coming up. So you may not hear from me again for a little while while I get these things all caught up again. So we'll be trucking lots of dirt, digging lots of holes, and going from there. So anyways, have a good night. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.